Good evening, students, and welcome back to the revision class of Chapter 8, that is MS Excel 2010. So, as our chapter is over, Chapter 8 is over, and exercises are also done. So, today we will do the revision of this chapter, and we will see some of the frequently used features and tools of MS Excel. So, let's start the class. For that, let's open MS Excel application and let's create a blank worksheet on this. Now, in this, we all know that the alphabets which is at the top, that is known as the column heading, and these alphabet represent each of the alphabet represents a single column, and the numbers which we get in the right side, that is the row numbers, and with this number we identify the row. So, column heading is the alphabet which represents the column, and row numbers are the numbers which represents the row. Together, column heading and row number creates the cell name, and cell name always starts with the alphabet. That means it will always start with the column heading, not with the row number. If you want to see the name of any of the cell, then you can just click on that cell. That cell will become active. And when that cell becomes active, you can see the name of that cell will be displayed in the name box. Name box is available just above the column heading in the left side, the small box which you can see here, that is the name box which displays the name of the active cell. Active cell is that cell which is having a green or black border around that cell. So that cell will be known as the active cell. For example, in this worksheet, cell I12 is the active cell which you can see in the name in the name box. Just in the right side of the name box, the formula bar is there. Now formula bar displays the content of the cell, or else it displays the formula which you have inserted in that particular cell. So either the formula bar will display the content of the active cell, or else it will display the formula. If you have inserted it in that active cell, then it will display the formula of that cell. For example, let's write a table of 56. So 56 I have written, then into 1. Now I want 56 in all these cells, but before that, let's write the numbers till 10. Then I want, okay. Now suppose first let's write 56. So here I don't need to show the series or pattern because I want the same numbers in all the cells here together. So only one time I can write the number in one cell. Then I can click on the autofill button which is present at the bottom right corner of the active cell. Click on that and then drag it till where you want to autofill the number in the cells, and the numbers will be automatically filled. Then I want this multiplication sign or this X in all these cells. So here also I do not need to show the pattern because same content will be entered in all the cells. So we'll just need to use the autofill option for inserting content in all the cells. Then here I need the numbers in a series. That means 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 like that. So for that, I need to show the pattern in which I want the numbers to be auto-filled. So that's why I have written two numbers which will represent the pattern to Excel. And by selecting both the cells together and then clicking on the autofill option and then dragging it downside, it will fill the numbers in a series because we have displayed the series that in which pattern we want the number, and the number will be inserted according to that. Now I want these data to appear in the center of the cell. As you can see, the numbers are all in the right side of the cell and the text alphabet is in the left side of the cell. So I want these all cells in the center. Sorry, I want all this data in the center of the cell. So let's select the columns because I want the data in the center here, or else you can select it like this also. Select the cells in which you want the data to be aligned in the center. So I've selected the cells, go in the Home tab. In Home tab Alignments group, you will get the center alignment. Click on that and the data will appear in the center of that cell. Now these cells are taking too much of a space. I don't want these cells to take this much space. So I need to decrease the column width here. For that, I need to select all the columns whose width I want to decrease. So I've selected all three columns. Now, after the columns, you can see there is a thin line. Now that line is known as the resize handle for the column, and same goes for the row also. In the between the row numbers, you can see thin lines are there. So that is the resize handle for the row, and these are the resize handle for the column. So if you want to resize the column, just select the columns whose size you want to decrease or increase. Then click on the resize handle. Your mouse pointer will change into a plus sign. Left click of your mouse button and drag it. If you want to decrease the size, drag it in the left direction. If you want to increase the size, then drag it in the right direction. So here we want to decrease the size, so we will drag it in the left direction. And you can see the width of all these three columns together has decreased. So I want it to be decreased a little bit more. So let's decrease it a little bit more. Now I want borders around these cells. For that, I need to select the cells in which I want the border. Go in the Home tab. In Home tab Fonts group, you will get the borders option. Click on that. Select which type of border you want. So I want all borders. That means I want the border from all four sides of each of the cells. So I will select the all borders option here. And the borders have been applied. Now I want the results in this cell. So I need to select these cells also because I want the borders in that. I've selected the cells and the borders have been applied. Now in these cells, I want the result of this multiplication. For that, I need to write a formula. Formula always starts with equal to sign. So first give the equal to sign. Name of the first cell here is E2. So write E2 there. Then what type of calculation you want to do? So we want to do multiplication here. So use the multiplication sign. That is the asterisk symbol, or you can say star symbol. Then the data through with which you want to multiply this, that is in G2. So write the name of that cell G2. Numbers have been taken. Press the enter key. Result you have got. Now just use the autofill option for copying the formula in each of the cell, and you will get the result for the entire table. So like this we can create the tables, or we can create cells or datas, and we can arrange datas in rows and columns, and even we can do the calculations in much faster way in comparison to the other applications of Microsoft like MS PowerPoint or MS Word, in which table options were there. In comparison to that table, we can do calculations in much more faster way in Excel. Now suppose I want these data also to appear in the center. So first I need to select the cell, go in the Home tab, in Alignments group, click on the center alignment, the data will appear in the center. Now I want these cells to have a different color. For that, the cells are already selected. In Home tab, Styles group, you will get the cell styles option. Click on that and then select which style you want in your cells. So I'm going to select this one, and you can see according to that the design of the cells and the color of the cells have changed. Now I want the text color or the content color to some other color. For that I need to use the font color option. For that again I need to come in the Home tab, click on the font color option which is here, and then select what color you want for your fonts, and that color will be applied on that. So let's select this dark blue color. Now for this I need some another color, so I've selected the cells. In just now, if you only want to fill the colors inside the cell, not the text colors you want to change, then in that case you can use the fill color option, which is just in the left side of the font color option. Here you can see the paint bucket. Click on the downward arrow and select which color you want to fill in that cell. So I'm selecting this yellow color there. Then in this I'm selecting another color. So select the cells, click on the fill color option, then select which color you want in that. And the colors will be applied. So like this, you can do the formatting of the tables also. and you can make your table more attractive. You can do much more complex calculations in a simple way. And suppose if you have done your work in one worksheet and now you want to add more worksheets in your workbook, then in that case you need to click on new sheet icon, which is available at the bottom of the worksheet. Here you can see a plus sign in the right side of the sheet tab. So click on that plus sign for adding more sheets in your workbook. And if you want to rename the worksheet, then just double click on that worksheet which you want to rename. The typing cursor will appear in that worksheet, sheet tab. Delete the previous name, type whatever the name you want to keep. So I'm giving it page 1 and press the enter key. The sheet tab will be renamed. Same method you can use for the second sheet. Just double click on that sheet tab. Typing cursor will appear. Use the backspace key to delete the previous data and type whatever name you want in that and press the enter key. The sheet tab will be renamed. Now suppose if you want to delete a worksheet, then in that case you need to right click on the sheet tab, which sheet you want to delete. Suppose if you want to delete page 2 or sheet 2, then right click on that sheet tab. A properties menu will appear. In that, click on the delete option. That sheet tab will be deleted, or that sheet will be deleted. So for adding new worksheet, you need to click on the new sheet icon, which is this plus icon in the right side of the sheet tab. For deleting the worksheet, right click on the sheet tab and select the delete option. So now you can even use auto sum uh, formula or auto sum feature for doing calculations instead of writing the formula manually. For that, just select the cell where you want to insert the auto sum formula. You can go in either home tab or in formula tab, because at both the places auto sum option is available. So you can go in anywhere, either in home tab or formula tab. Then click on the auto sum option. So we are in the home tab only and we are clicking on the auto sum option now. So click on the auto sum option and then select which type of calculation you want. And according to that, the formula will be inserted. Now suppose if you want to find uh, average of these total numbers, then in that case just click on the average option and then in which cell you want to find the average. So first cell is H6, so write the name of that cell. Till which cell you want to find the average. Sorry, this is not H6, this is H2. Colon mark and then the name of the last cell till where you want to find the average. So name of the last cell is H12. So let's write H12. Sorry, it's H11. So it has been selected. Press the enter key and you will get the average of that total number. So like this, you can even use the AutoSum function for doing some different calculations, or even you can write the formulas manually. So that's why the Excel is also a very flexible tool for doing calculations and maintaining the data in the form of rows and columns. And that's why this is mostly used for doing the worksheet based works, or you can say spreadsheet based works. So in this class, till this much only. In next class, we'll start a new chapter. Till then, keep studying, stay healthy, stay at home. Bye, everyone.